What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live streaming today, man. Oh, yeah, today's Championship Friday because we got Dodgers-Lakers, baby. Dodgers-Lakers, go Dodgers, by the way. Today versus San Francisco Giants. Should be a great Friday to kick off your guys' weekend. And we got the debut of King James and Brody, man. Super hyped for this debut. Now, I know they're probably most likely going to play only limited minutes, but we got a brand new starting lineup, and this is an interesting one. I want to talk about it as soon as we get the chat filled up. But yes, go Dodgers today. Go Lakers. Championship Friday, baby. Let's get it. Dodgers-Lakers banner going up, baby. But how y'all feeling about this debut? I'm hyped. I know it's only preseason. I know we're going to see him maybe 1 quarter and a half, maybe 2. But we get our first glimpse of King James and Russell Westbrook. Now, what do I expect from Russell Westbrook? The same. You know, if you guys didn't see that Jimmy Kimmel interview, he was talking about Kobe Bryant and what he learned from him, basically to play hard at all times, even in preseason games. So he's probably not going to go 100%, but I'm sure he's going to go some variation, his version of 100%. So I'm excited for that. And then we get to see LeBron after the long layoff, man, see how he looks. Maybe he can knock off the rust. But the brand new starting lineup, I want to talk about the brand new start. I was literally waiting on here to come on, but I wanted to see what the new lineup was. And I think this lineup is very telling of how Frank Vogel is thinking, okay? Now, a lot of changes can still be made from here till the season comes around, but we're starting to see it shape out. Obviously, you got Russell Westbrook at the point guard tonight, Malik Monk at the shooting guard, Kent Bazemore at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and DeAndre Jordan at the 5. No AD tonight for rest. But how y'all feel about that, man? We actually see Malik Monk slide into the starting lineup for the first time this preseason. I think he's making a heck of an impression. I mean, he had 18 points on a high percentage shooting night the previous game. So I think they want to see how he performs alongside Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. Depending on his performance tonight, you could be looking at your starting shooting guard. So how y'all feel about that, man? What's up, Iron? Welcome back, Iron. He said, yo, Dan, what up, my brother? Been a minute. How you liking our new squad members so far? I'm hyped, bro. I couldn't wait for tonight. Like, I had a feeling. I told you guys when we lost, when was this, on Wednesday? I said, I have a feeling either LeBron or Westbrook or maybe both will come in on Friday and try to knock off some rust and at the same time set the tone, because we need to start playing a lot better, man. We need to start building winning habits. It's all about winning habits. It's not about the end result. With preseason games, we can go 0-5, 0-6, whatever. But the rebounding, the hustle, the effort, the energy on the defensive end, the communication, that's what we want to see, guys. Hey, what's up, Darius? What's up, brother? What's up, white girls? How you doing? He said Monk is the truth. Monk has made an impression for sure, and apparently so has Kent Bazemore. All right, they've been raving about Kent Beasley, and he continues to climb up the ladder a little bit here in the depth chart. But I did want to talk about one negative thing, yo. Hey, happy birthday, by the way, man. His name is Iron Man Camel, 2005. Happy birthday, brother. I do want to talk about one negative. I know we're all hyped for this, but unfortunately, Trevor Ariza will be out with an ankle injury at least up until Christmas. He'll be reevaluated in a couple of weeks. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think we should maybe sit on that roster spot, or do you want James Ennis or somebody like that to pull up and grab the spot? Personally, for me, I think we have enough depth to hold it down till my man Trevor forever comes back. But I want to know what Laker Nation thinks for sure about the whole Trevor Ariza situation, man. I wanted to bring that topic up to the conversation. He said, is Melo playing? I'm not sure, actually. I think so. The only one Mike Trudell said isn't playing so far. Now I'm waiting for more updates, but Anthony Davis is the one that's resting. So maybe I think Carmelo will play. But if I get any last minute updates here, I'll let you guys know for sure. He said, Dan, your Rams whooped my Seahawks. Congrats. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being classy. It's unfortunate Russell Wilson. Sorry, see, I'm thinking about Westbrook. It's unfortunate Wilson went down with the injury, man. But you guys definitely fought, man. And if it wasn't for that, last couple minutes turnover by Gino, I think you guys would have been in it even closer than it. Like, that was an ugly game for the Rams. So let's not sugarcoat it, okay? But yeah, man, I wish you guys the best. He said, hope the defense gets better. The defense is not there yet. Maybe with Brown and West, it might be better. I definitely believe the defense is going to improve tonight. Westbrook brings that intensity, man. He elevates his teammates. He'll even get on their case if they're not, rotating to their defensive assignments. So that's that, right? LeBron James as well. He's a leader for sure. So our defense should be better. DeAndre Jordan is starting today, so let's see how. I wanted to see all three of them, AD, Westbrook, and LeBron, to see how they cover for DeAndre Jordan's being the weakest link on the team, right? But we won't get to see the full thing. What's up, Kev? But let's see how Westbrook and LeBron impact DeAndre Jordan on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively. If they help him out from the weak side, rotations might be a little sharper on the defensive end. Maybe pick and roll defense might be a little bit better. But again, remember, we can't have too many expectations for both LeBron and Westbrook because it's their first game, coming out of the offseason. They're probably going to look rusty, but I'm sure we'll see some very nice glimpses in spurts. Anything other than that will get me super hyped. My head will probably explode. If the Dodgers win tonight, the Lakers show improvement and they show glimpses of that 1-2 punch, what it's going to be. That's all I want. He said, DJ looks worse than I thought. Now, I told you guys, don't expect too much from DeAndre Jordan. Matter of fact, today I was thinking, I kind of figured that, LeBron and or Westbrook would play. I said it probably 2 hours before they announced it. I was like, they're quiet on that front. Usually Mike Trudell will come out and report that they're out, for the game had they not played. But since they were quiet all the way up until like past 3 p.m., I was like, they're taking too long to announce it. Have a feeling LeBron and Westbrook or Westbrook will play. And sure enough, they're playing. So again, let's see how that impacts DeAndre's play style on both ends of the floor. Let's see how the defensive rotations look and everything, man. Let's see it. Hey, Laker Nation for life. What's up, girl? How you doing? Shout out to the homegirl, man. She just got me and my girl tickets to Halloween Horror Nights, man, for our anniversary. So I'm super hyped. Thank you so much. Super thankful. She's the MVP for real. He said, yeah, I like the Seahawks, but it's always Laker Nation first and foremost. Laker Nation unites us all. Absolutely. And we can respect each other's football teams, man. That's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Unless you're a Patriots fan, then we got a problem. No, I'm just playing. Dan, is Kyrie going to play at all? You know what? That's not our problem. That's for them to figure out. I've been hearing trade rumors and all this stuff. It's like, listen, we'll let them figure it out. We're going to worry about Laker Nation. We're going to worry about Dodger Nation, baby. Laker Nation and Dodger Nation in the house. I know you guys are right there, man. I know you guys are excited for tonight. It's going to be a very exciting night. Dan, we have to go to a Lakers home game. Let's get it, Lawrence. Let's get it, bro. This is the year. Y'all most likely will see me at a Lakers game or two if God willing this year. This is the year, man. I feel it. Oh. Woohoo. Starting off with a bang. Shout out to, oh my goodness. I'm telling you, she's the MVP. Check it out. Just like that. The love that she has shown to your boy and the channel, man, is second to none. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man. All love. She dropping $100 like she sneezed. She just said, "Chew." Appreciate it, man. You just made my night that much better. Thank you so much. Yeah, this got to be a dub tonight. I look again. Wins and losses don't matter preseason, but yes, we need to see major improvement. No blowouts, please. We're not trying to get blown out by 20 on Westbrook's debut as a Laker, even though it's unofficial, but it's official, right? Hey, man, I can't believe it. Laker Nation for life, indeed. He said, don't be surprised if they pick up Sekou. If he doesn't work out, the Lakers can just cut. That's true. Possibly non-guaranteed contract. That is true, man. Yeah, I heard about Trevor Ariza, and I'm bummed out about it. But you know what? I think this could be a blessing in disguise. By the way, speedy recovery, man. Wish him the best. Not happy. The season hasn't even tipped off. We're already going through injuries, but luckily we're deep. And so this gives the opportunity for somebody else to step up and grab major minutes there at those positions, guard and wing. And also when he comes back, we're already kind of going to have a little bit of an identity. You add him on as an extra, and he gives you that boost, almost like a midseason trade, but early on, man. So prayers up to him, man. Wish him the best. He was his ankle's really bothering him. He had to have that surgery, so that's unfortunate. But at the same time, at least it happened early rather than later on in the season, man. And that's a good take, Kevin King. If they pick up Sekou, I like him. He's a solid player, man. He said, now that Ariza is out 2 months, I feel like DJ's going to start and play two centers next to AD since we lost wing depth. That could happen, Jay Wise. I could see that happening for sure, man. And my thing is this. DeAndre Jordan's our weakest link. How do you mask that up, right? Because you're going to need the depth. I would love to start Dwight, but I think he gets himself into foul trouble often, early and often. So for those reasons, they're going to bring him off as a spark plug off the bench. Plus, he fits the second unit that much more because they miss shots, he gets rebounds, putbacks, stuff like that. Now, I'll say this about DeAndre, man. Again, we don't need him to be Superman up in here, Captain Sava, you know what? We just need him to come in here, play his role, and try on defense. That's it. If he could do that, man, just try. Try to jump over a phone book once in a while. We know he could jump when it comes to catching lobs, but what about on defensive pick and rolls? That's how you mask a center. Well, that's a good question, Kevin. How do you mask a center? You help him on the weak side, man. You help with the rotations have to be sharp. If he gets beat off the dribble, we have to be able to rotate. Next man up, all the way to the final rotation piece, which is usually the three-point shooter. So we got to be sharp, and we got to make sure that we're there, man, contesting shots. We haven't been contesting a lot of shots. Man, much love to my sister, Tara. You don't have to do it, girl. She gave me a beautiful jacket this offseason, by the way. I haven't debuted it yet, but it's coming out. It might be the new Lakers lucky jacket. We're going to test it out. And then this jersey, matter of fact, this LeBron James jersey, man, she copped it for me a couple years back. So, so thankful. Oh, so thankful, man, for the homie. He's like, I guarantee if LeBron playing, DJ's going to eat. So that's just what I'm saying. We need to figure out how he's going to look with LeBron and Westbrook on the court. Maybe those guys will be they'll give him that extra motivation on both ends of the floor for sure. You forgot about the jacket? Oh, my goodness. I haven't forgot about it. I look at it every day, and I'm like, it's almost time. Once the weather gets cold, because I don't want to be sweating in that beautiful jacket, But once the weather gets cold, I'm going to throw it on, man. Dan, why did we ever trade JaVale McGee? I think because in the playoffs, he was really disappointing. I think that's the main reason why. But I feel you on that. Like, JaVale McGee would have been a little bit better than DeAndre Jordan. I'm not even going to cap. However, we're not going to disrespect our guy DJ. Let's give him a shot. I know he's looked sluggish first couple of games, but every player that comes here deserves a fair shot. He said, Dan, you be getting Christmas in October. I'm blessed, man. Laker Nation. Shout out to Mookie as well. Shout out to my boy Q. Everybody who donates on this channel, man, really makes my dreams come true because, I've now made this my full-time job. And like I said, we're taking this channel to the next level this year. I'm going to have phone call Fridays whenever the regular season starts in the playoffs, where I dedicate that segment strictly to just answering calls. That way we can focus on the comment section pre and post game. You know what I do. Yes, go follow the homegirl at Lakers Rise, man. Super passionate. Appreciate her. Disappointing. He said, I bet. He said, Dan, thank you for making content for us. Love our debates about Lakers stuff. It's the best, isn't it? Thank you guys for tuning in. By the way, tonight, if the Lakers, do improve and look better, man, I'm gonna be flipping back between the Dodgers-Laker game, but I'll take a little bit longer this post game. I was rushing the last one because I wanted to see the Dodgers game, but this one, I think I'm gonna be too hyped to get off quick. So definitely, gonna stick around post game so we can break down this hopeful Lakers win. Hopeful. He said, hell no, the Lakers not winning tonight with that garbage ass defense and sorry ass rebounding. You better show up post game, Tupac, with that. I don't know if you're even a fan, bro. What you mean? We have to get better. You have to be optimistic. The first couple of games, we didn't even have our main squad, but no excuses. The effort will improve, man. But you can't come with that mindset. What you mean we're not going to win? We're going to win. You have to have that mentality, bro. You're a Laker fan. You got to wave your Laker flags. You got to be excited. Win or lose, we're going to ride or die with the squad, baby. By the way, the Lakers could easily win this. It's not like, Golden State is some unbeatable team. We eliminated them last year, even though we were injured, right? So, again, just preseason, but let's see. Unless Steve Kerr is a tryhard and he plays his whole starting lineup, both halves, and okay. But it's all good, man. He said, Dan, been with you for a while. Remember when you had long hair? Oh, my God, Kevin King, yes. If you remember when I had long hair, you're really, truly an OG, man, for sure. And that was back when I could afford a barber, by the way. Not afford a barber, but, when I had my own personal barber basically chopping me up. But, yes, I would still get my haircuts if I knew a good barber around here. Now, I do know one good barber. Shout out to the homie Seth. Go check him out in Colton, man. But I gotta find out his location. Are they actually playing? Yes, they're playing. Russell Westbrook, LeBron have entered the chat, baby. They are playing tonight. For how long? Still trying to get the update from Mike Trudell, but I presume it's going to be 1.5 quarters or so. I would be shocked if they play 3 or 4 quarters. I'd be shocked. But let's say, I will say this. As the season approaches, we will see their minutes increase, right? Well, we got about 8 days left till the regular season kick tips off. Something like that. But you got to look forward to tonight because this is going to be a glimpse of something special. I remember when LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh joined forces. And I remember Dwayne Wade and LeBron at first struggling to find their roles. But later on, I think they went I don't remember what their starting record was, but I think it was in the negative. And then everybody was criticizing them, right? Especially Skip Bayless. And then, boom, all of a sudden they turn it on and bam, guess what? They start winning. So that's exactly what I expect with the Lakers. I don't expect us to get out the gate early, but I would love to be pleasantly surprised. I would love it if the Lakers come out here and exceed my expectations. And I'm not talking about preseason. I'm talking regular season. They still have to mesh and mold. What I want to see, things to look for in this game is what type of tempo are we going to run with both LeBron and Russell Westbrook out there? Are we going to push it, as we believe we are, as the fans believe they are? Or are we going to slow it down, run some half-court offense, off-ball movement from certain players, cutting, backdoors, all that good stuff? And then how is Malik Monk and Russell Westbrook going to share minutes in the backcourt? That's another interesting thing because you could be looking at your starting backcourt. And I told you guys before when we first acquired Malik, I said he's good enough to start. I wouldn't be shocked if he does start. However, I still expect Wayne Ellington to start simply because you need a spark plug off the bench. Now, we did acquire some other spark plug type players. I mean, Carmelo showed us what he can do last game. When he came off the bench, he had that little drop step, spin mover along the baseline for the jam. This kid is going to be so crucial for us off the bench, Carmelo Anthony. But I'll say, Malik Monk, if he starts, I think we have more than enough firepower off the bench. So I wouldn't mind it. And, I'm a huge Malik Monk fan since Kentucky. So I'm happy to have him on board. I'm actually not surprised with the way he's been playing. I know a lot of people have been. But if you pay attention to his career, even in New Orleans, he didn't get many minutes. But he had some 40-point games over there. If that doesn't tell you there's potential there, man, I don't know what will. You know what I mean? But this team is something else, man. And they just have to come together and gel. And I think Laker fans will be really happy. Really happy. See, I knew Tupac wasn't a real fan, bro. He's over here telling me cap locks that we're going to get destroyed by Golden State. You sound like a Warrior fan. Stop it. He undercover brother 2.0 over here. But, fake fans get blocked. That's the way we roll. He said Monk and Bays are starting. Looking forward to it, man. Yes, along with DeAndre Jordan, LeBron, and Westbrook. So I think this is a very intriguing starting lineup. And I also think it's interesting that Wayne Ellington was struggling early on in the preseason a little bit with his jumper. It hasn't been consistent as – but again, it's just preseason. And I think coach is going to give this guy a look, man, Malik Monk. And same thing with Bazemore. I think he's testing them out. But very excited. Why do we keep losing to the Suns? That is a good question. But it's just preseason. Hopefully it doesn't happen in regular season because then I'll be tight. Then you're going to see one of them ranting videos that go viral on here, man. I'm going to have to start breaking stuff around the room. Now I'm just playing. Long season. But, yeah, I don't want to lose to those guys. I don't want to lose to the Clippers. I don't want to lose to anybody, but especially certain teams that have certain dirtbag type players. Jay Crowder, you know what I mean? Like those type of players we don't want to lose to because they're garbage, man. I definitely don't want to lose to the Hawks because of Solomon Hill. I think he's still on that roster. I want to make sure we dunk on Solomon Hill when we see him because he's responsible for ending our season early last year. You said, I was talking to a baller today, and he said preseason does not matter, and I hit him with your line, Dan. It's important to establish good habits. Kevin King, appreciate you, man. Hey, you know what? That's really all that matters. We want to see improvement because what you don't want to see is sluggishness carry over to the regular season because then nobody's going to say it doesn't matter, right? So, hey, wise words from a decent man, bro. Appreciate you, man. Dan, the Bulls look fire. I only saw the highlights for that one game, so I haven't seen them ever since. But we knew they were going to be good. They acquired Lonzo. They acquired DeRozan, multiple-time All-Star. They already had Zach LaVine and Vucevic, and they got good role players like Caruso. So that team's going to be pretty sick. I expect them to make the playoffs. They're pretty deep. I'd be actually disappointed if the Bulls don't make the playoffs. I think the Bulls are going to be this year's version of the Knicks last year, where they kind of catch a couple teams by surprise. But let's see what they do in the playoffs. That's where it's going to be really interesting if they make it there. Some Laker fans want to trade THT. What do you think, Dan? I think those Laker fans are crazy. I'd even have to question if they're Laker fans or are they player fans. There's a difference, man. Real Laker fans want to hold on to that future cog piece. He is the truth, man. If you don't believe in THT, you probably haven't been watching basketball too long. All right, because he has a killer mindset. He's not afraid to attack. His jumper's looking better. He already hit a couple threes here in preseason, and he's only going to get better and better as he gets comfortable. Plus, I mean, he's been doing some elite up-and-coming star player moves. Did you see that behind the back, in and out crossover, layup, soft touch off the glass? Now, that's what you call a combo for you fighting video game fans out there. That's a combo right there, man. Let me tell you something about THC. He just needs time to continue to develop. Look at all the young pieces we traded away. With time, they've become something special. Even Jordan Clarkson, I got to tell you, I'm so glad the Lakers front office has been able to draft so well. Not to mention, we got Hellbilly Kobe over here, man. Hellbilly hold down on the defense. This guy is the truth. People been hating on Hellbilly Kobe. I don't know why. Why do you hate on young players? They have potential. Sure, he's 21, 22. Doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, these guys have potential. And you want to hold on to that potential because we already have players for the now. But you have to blend that in with some nice youth and athleticism because guess what? Whether you like it or not, this season is a must for us to rest star players. We have to rest them, we have to create fake excuses to give them rest in order for them to be healthy for the postseason. And this is where players like THT, Billy Kobe, Kendrick Nunn, the younger group, the younger cream of the crop, Malik Monk, this is where they have to really step up and play, better and better because they're going to have to carry the load at times. It's a long season, 82 games. By the way, talking about youth, I told you guys I like the way Shoutout Brown has been looking a little bit better, man. A little bit better with that. He's getting better with the tunnel vision. And so defensively, he looks solid always. I like his effort. And offensively, he's knocking down shots and getting to the rack. Frank Vogel recently mentioned him. I'm glad you guys are talking about that. Shoutout Brown Jr. might be that guy that wins that next two-way contract. Now, my only thing is I really don't like the current – what's his name? He's so relevant, I already forgot his name. The current two-way contract we have right now, I really don't like him at all. So I think we should strip him of that contract, send him down to the G League. If he impresses and develops later on, then maybe you call him back up. But I think we should give his contract to either Trevlin Queen, Mac McClung, or one of these guys that has more potential. Joel Ayayi, thank you. Yes, Joel Ayayi has been the biggest disappointment so far. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but I just don't see a future for him in the NBA. And I hate to be that harsh with young players, but as his game currently stands, he can't shoot. He's like Andre Miller without the IQ, and that's not a good thing in today's NBA. You need to be able to knock down shots, especially if you're a guard. You need to be able to get to the rim if you can knock down shots at an elite level. He can't do either of those things, or at least defend or something. What does he bring into the team? Now, again, I don't expect him to play at all this season, but I'm talking about for future pieces. I would hate to see Trev on a different team actually contributing or, anybody, Shoutout Brown, somebody being let go, similar to how we let Zach Norvell go for Devontae Kaycock. And then, they flourish elsewhere. I don't want to see that. Oliver looks solid as well. Yeah, I like Cam Oliver. I definitely like his size for sure, man, in the paint. And he showed us a three-point shot at least once. He said Trev Queen and Mac McClung might stay in South Bay. Yeah, I want both of those players because both of them are raw, but I think they have potential still have potential, man, for sure. He said Braun going to do all dunks this game. We'll see, man. We'll see. He got to knock off that rust. I just want to see what it looks like on the court. Who's going to do the majority of the things to look for, guys, as far as LeBron and Russell Westbrook go? Is LeBron looking to be a primary scorer early on, or is he going to look to be a primary facilitator? And who's going to bring the ball up the court? Is LeBron really giving up his point guard duties for the most part, right? I still expect LeBron to once in a while bring it up and do his thing. But is he giving that up already for Westbrook? It's going to be interesting to see all that stuff, man. Would you consider signing Boogie if Jordan doesn't pan out? Absolutely. I actually like DeMarcus way better than DeAndre Jordan, to be honest with you. Hey, what up, Renee? Welcome back. Working at Amazon's been kicking my ass. Glad I get a day off and I can watch the game, Dan. I feel you, bro. I've been there, done that. So, hey, salute to you, bro. You know what it is with that Amazon hard work. He said, I remember your rant video calling the Lakers to fire Luke Walton. Damn, what a time. Was I right or was I right? Do you remember my rant video calling the Lakers to fire Jim Buss? I was also right about that. And Kupchak, I said they could take both of them because they both doing the wrong things. So, yeah, man, I'm glad those days are over, man. Now we're over here conversating about Hillbilly Kobe, man. I'd much rather talk about Westbrook, LeBron, AD, and this new squad we have full of winners. Am I still doing DoorDash? Yeah, man. Since obviously our off season, just this last month, well, I'm not really doing DoorDash. I'm doing Uber Eats, but I'm so used to saying DoorDash. I'd say I'm gonna go dashing. But yeah, it's been holding me up, man. Usually you guys hook it up, man, with the views that pays the bills and stuff. And man, shout out to again the homegirl donations. These really help, me out. Now that I'm gonna be putting out content on the daily and maybe like one day off type thing, but every other day, I expect those numbers to spike up, man, and the channel to pick up. So definitely probably going to stop doing some of that Uber because it's dangerous, man. Crazy stuff be happening in Uber Eats. Like, y'all don't even know on delivery. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But, yeah, it's dangerous, especially when I've done it late at night. Luckily, my girl accompanies me. But for the most part, man, it's crazy out there in the streets, man. When you do deliveries, you just never know what to expect. The craziest story I have so far, man, well, not crazy, but the funniest thing that has happened to me so far is that I want to go pick up some food from a KFC to deliver it. And it was in the ghetto. It was like in the ghetto side of San Bernardino, like over there by 5th Street. If you guys are locals, you know what I'm talking about. And we get there and my girl gets down. I leave the car on. Usually she picks up the food, brings it back, and we go deliver. So she gets down, right? To get the food, and it's locked. So I guess it's so ghetto, they got to close the inside of it. So I had to, there was a long line on the drive-thru. So I was like, I told my girl, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go up to the window and see if they got the order. So yeah, that's what I did. I pull up to the window, see if they got the order. So I'm standing there on my Dodge patas, you know what I mean? On my 2 feet, and just standing there and they give me the order. I guess they ended up giving it to me. So people are looking at me crazy because I'm not in my car. So I think that was pretty crazy. Like I basically picked up an order on my feet through the drive-thru. That was crazy, right? You said my starting lineup. What do you think? AD, LeBron, Melo, Monk, Westbrook equals Chip. I mean, well, I don't mind this starting lineup, but I much rather have LeBron off the bench as a somebody who can stabilize and the offense. Same thing with Rondo. These guys are going to stabilize the offense. They're going to come off the bench and do what they do. And so for those reasons, I think Melo off the bench is better, so he can be a primary rather than a third or fourth option in the starting lineup. But I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. He said Mount Vernon was ghetto as hell, man. Caught a few fades out there. Absolutely. You know what's up. He said, you from CPT, you might know karate, but crazy. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not afraid of nothing, So at the end of the day, God's willing, he'll keep me on this earth as long as possible, man. But, everybody has a time and a timer, right? But at the end of the day, it's fun to me doing deliveries. We listen to music. We in the car, me and my girl, we out there just cruising, man. It's pretty fun to me. I mean, dancing around, listening to music, we chilling. But, hey, I appreciate the donation, young elder. Thank you, bro. You said you said LeBron off the bench? Not LeBron off the bench. I meant Carmelo. Sorry about that. Yeah, we can't forget about Rondo. Rondo is somebody who's gonna, like I said, he's somebody who puts everybody in their place. So let's just say I don't know who's going to come off the bench, but let's just assume it's Wayne Ellington and Kendrick. Not Kendrick. Let's see, Kendrick. Yeah, Kendrick Nunn off the bench in the backcourt, right? And they're doing too much ISO stuff, and they can't get no buckets. And you can plug in Rondo immediately for either one of those. You can yank one out and or move into a different position, put Rondo in there, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to run some pick and rolls. He's going to push the pace. He's going to grab rebounds and go. He's even going to fake handoffs like he does. It's my favorite move he does. The fake handoff behind the back, and then he lays it up, man. That's what he does. So he's the real deal, man. Hey, what's up, Gio? Miss you too, guys. Miss you too. The Dan Dodgers and Giants game, one of the NLDS. He's like, you watching? I absolutely am watching up until a Laker game comes on, and then I'll be flipping back. You know, baseball's a slower sport, so I'll be flipping back on the commercials because you know me, I'm a diehard Laker first, man, and I can't miss anything, even preseason. So, but when the commercials do come on in halftime, I'll definitely flip back to the Dodger game. Luckily, it's a long series, so I hope most of their games are when Laker off games happen. He said, Dan, can you tell us about the Lakers in the 2000 and 2003? What do you want to know, man? Yeah, of course I can tell you, man. Of course I can tell you about those championship years. One player that comes to mind is Slava Medvedenko. You guys remember him? Oh, man, Slava, man. He was something else, man. He was like the modern-day Robert Sacre. You guys remember that? He said, you also don't like Luke Walton as a Laker player, right, Dan? I didn't mind Luke Walton as a player. I just feel like I feel like he only basically got that role because of his pops. I feel like he didn't earn this Laker role. I was like, give it to Mark Jackson. Give it to somebody else who has paid their dues, man. I don't like favoritism. And I knew he wasn't a ready coach. You know what I'm saying? Like they gave it to him, and I didn't like that. You got to earn it to be a Laker coach, man. You got to bring somebody with experience like Frank Vogel, somebody like that. My thoughts on Ben Simmons and Kyrie. Hey, man, I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like to disrespect based on decisions. Look, I respect Kyrie. I respect the hell out of a Kyrie. People think he's crazy. He's not. He's just a free thinker. He stands up for himself, and people don't like that. They like conformists. They like people who just go with the flow. Whatever they tell you, whatever they teach you, you go with that. All right? You fall in line. You fall in line, especially if you're a minority in this country. You fall in line. But guess what? Kyrie Irving is a free thinker. He's somebody who doesn't give a damn what the media thinks. He's very educated, and they like to put him down. But I got his back, man. I love me some Kyrie Irving. Go ahead, man. By the way, if it hurts the chemistry of the Nets, I'm all for it because you know how I feel about the Nets and their fans. They're already giving them a ring since last year, which, by the way, I predicted they wouldn't even get to the finals. So I've been right again. This was before the injuries. He said Luke was a lot better player than coach, though. Yeah, he was. Luke actually had good IQ, you know. He was good off the triangle for Phil Jackson, and he made some great passes and stuff. You know, he was part of that fun era of basketball with Kobe, Shaq, Fish, you know, Brian Shaw, Robert Horry, with all those guys. So, yeah, I got no gripes against Luke Walton, the guy. I think he's a great guy, part of the Lakers, of course, Laker family forever. I don't like him as a coach. It's just plain simple, man. I don't want to lose, right? And this guy was not developing players either properly. If you've noticed, De'Aaron Fox hasn't been as explosive and as great. Now, he's also been battling injuries, to be fair, but he was having breakout year before Luke Walton got there. Next year, Luke Walton gets there, and you don't hear nothing about De'Aaron Fox. Dan, what's good, and how do you like the NBA 75th anniversary commercial? Thanks, Justin. I'm chilling, bro. Nothing much. Thanks for asking, though. I love that commercial. I thought that commercial was pretty epic, man. It's been a while since the NBA dropped one of those epic commercials. Usually they drop them around the playoffs, but to start the season 75th anniversary, beautiful, man. It was a beautiful commercial. By the way, are you guys going to get you guys one of those 75th anniversary jerseys? They're hard, and they got that. You know how I feel about Nike. They got that little diamond Nike stripe, man. Those are hard. Those are a must-have this season, man. They're only going to be available this season, I believe, because it's the 75th anniversary. So make sure you guys cop one. You deserve it. Treat yourself. Holidays coming up. Dan, don't forget Rick Fox. Never that. I love Rick Fox. He said he was great clutch and defensive player. I love Rick Fox. You know what's crazy? A lot of players come from Boston, right? We traded for Rick Fox, I believe. I think he was with Boston before. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, they come from over there, And once they become Lakers and they win championships here, nobody even remembers their career in Boston. Like I don't even remember his career anymore. I don't even remember Rondo's career in Boston anymore. That's how much of an impact he's made here, and he's going to continue to make. So when it's all said and done, we're going to remember Rondo as a Laker rather than a Celtic. At least I will. Same thing happened to Rick Fox, Same thing happened to Horry. Horry's remembered, even though he had some great seasons with the Houston Rockets and other teams like the Spurs, the main memory you have of him is as a Laker, man, wearing purple and gold. And that is the magic and the power of Lakers Nation, man. Like the best franchise in the world by far. You throw on that golden armor and that royal purple, different. It's a different level. And that's why Malik Monk came over here on a pay cut, man. He said it several times. He knows this city, this franchise can take his game to the next level, and they'll give him the opportunities. I have my eyes on Reaves. He's solid, but shooting needs to be consistent. He's still young. So the word consistent and young don't go together. These guys are learning, right? The youth is always learning, whether it be on or off the court. They're learning, right? But just give him a couple of years, and maybe he can turn himself out to be a really good role player. We'll see. We will see. He said, what about Austin? Yeah, Austin Reaves. I like him. I really like him, guys. Hellbilly Kobe. My favorite thing about him is his defensive instincts, believe it or not. Because whether his shot is falling or not, remember, we lost Alex Caruso, right? But I told you guys we would replace him with some other defensive-minded players. And if he can become one of those players, just like Ken Bazemore, we brought him for those reasons, then I'm happy, man. The rest will come, right? The offense and all that, the playmaking. He shows nice little traits of different things, along the way. But I got to say, Austin Reaves, obviously, he's a work in progress, young player, but they've actually been giving him way more minutes than I expected here early in preseason. Now, part of that could be due to the fact that Trevor Ariza has been out. But imagine if that trickles over to the season, he can get some valuable minutes, so he can, his learning experience could just get better and better, and he's going to turn himself into a solid player. Watch. Mark my words, man. The Lakers don't draft just to draft. It's rare when we draft somebody and he turns into the next Anthony Brown. That's rare, right? Usually when the Lakers draft somebody, they turn him into a really good role player or better. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can develop into, even though he was undrafted. But technically, it's like we drafted him. He said, thoughts on Kuzma? He wasn't explosive, in my opinion. I feel bad for Kyle, man. If you guys haven't seen that clip that's circulating, he was being introduced over there with the Washington Wizards, and some ignorant ass fan was like, "You're too arrogant, you're too cocky, boo Kuzma." And he's like, "Shout out to Aaron Holiday," and you can see Kuz, he just puts his head down. I'm like, keep your head up, King. Don't ever put your head down for no, random ass, regular ass pedestrian who's just a fan. He probably never did nothing with his life, so he's over here hating on other athletes that did. I'm rooting for him, and I think that he's gonna be phenomenal, man, for the Wizards. If they give him that opportunity, I think he can be a 3 or a 2 as far as options go. That's how highly I think of Kuz. Now, there's a pecking order there. Obviously Rui Hachimura is somebody the franchise looks in a higher scale than Kuz, so he's going to have to leapfrog him and prove that he's worthy, right? And it's the same with other players on that roster. They got some young talent. But bottom line is, look, thing about Kuzma is he overachieved for the 27th pick. All right, people don't want to admit it because we had higher hopes for him. But remember, everything changed once we acquired the King, man. We went from rebuild to championship favorites, to championship contenders. There's levels to it, right? So at the end of the day, you can't really hold him accountable for that, because his trajectory was going like this, and then it went from rebuild trajectory to all of a sudden like this when we acquired LeBron. So all of a sudden like this when we acquired all the other role players as well as AD. We put him on the back burner pretty much. His development was no longer a priority. So I wish him the best, man. Product out of Flint, Michigan. Somebody he wasn't supposed to be here, like he says in his own words. So he already made it, and I'm happy for the kid. I'm rooting for him. Whenever he doesn't play my Lakers, I'm rooting for him. He said, I lived out that way. To make it out of Flint is something. Oh, okay. Kevin King dropping bombs over here. He's from, okay. You're from around the area? I didn't know that, Kev. That's cool, man. Where do you buy your NBA jerseys? I'll be honest, man. I've been blessed enough that, people have gifted me jerseys, so I haven't had the need to buy them. But usually where I used to buy is either NBA.com or, I mean, wherever you can. I when I have bought a jersey, I go to the mall, right? And I get them from the mall directly. They're real. I mean, they cost a lot. So, you don't want to get duped. You don't want to buy fake jerseys, man. Dan, Kendrick Nunn is undrafted and got signed by the Heat. Yeah, that's another player right there, man. The thing about Kendrick is he's just scratching the surface. He still has to get comfortable within the Lakers offense. But once he does and he finds his role and he carves his niche, he's also going to be, I call him Killer Nunn and Killer Monk. And it's not even Halloween. We already got the first 2 Killer Monks in the history, man. Killer Monk and a Killer Nunn. Then are you surprised that no team wanted Boogie Cousins? I am a little bit shocked. I'm a little bit shocked because I thought he showed some stuff last year, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of politics that go into basketball as well. There's guys like Jamal Crawford who definitely should be in the NBA. Guys like that, man, they deserve a shot. If you're a hooper, you can see a hooper. You don't have to look at the X's and O's. If you play ball and you see a bucket getter like Jamal Crawford, it's like, why are they blackballing him? He should be on an NBA team. Same thing with Carmelo. They try to blackball Carmelo, and then they learned the hard way that, hey, he can still hoop and get buckets. So, like these guys, man, they deserve a job. So I'll say that. Did I end up buying the Trae Young jersey? Yes, I did. I did buy the Trae Young jersey. Unfortunately, by the time it got to my house, he was already eliminated from the playoffs. So, Dan, the Heat are looking solid. Tyler Hero may take a leap. I hope so. I like Tyler Hero. I like him since Kentucky. I think he's very solid, man. He reminds me a lot of Devin Booker. I think he can be that type of player. But a lot of players always look really good in preseason. Now, they got to, like you said, take that leap into the regular season and play the same aggressive way. That's the key. That's the key. Now, this is what I want to see from THC. I want to see him to continue to build his confidence and take his game to the next level, man, and continue to get better, especially with the jump shot. Because he gets that right, they already can't stop him going right or left. He's ambidextrous. He can get to the rim. He gets anywhere on the court he wants. He just has to be a little more under control and learn how to play, make it a little bit better. But all in all, I'll say I'm already pleased with what I've seen. His jumper form looks a lot better, especially when he set his feet and back straight, elbows in. He's getting enough lift on the jumper. It was looking flat last season, right? He was short on most of those, either short or long, but now he's right on target. So I feel like his set shot is getting a lot better. A lot better. Is it Dodgers game getting ready to start? Later, Laker fam. Yes. And on that note, I'm signing off as well, man. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for letting me know, Kev. Definitely got to go check this out, man. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the donations, especially Tara, man. Oh, my goodness. MVP. Thank you. I can never thank you enough. For real. And I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap. Let's go, baby. Lakers, Dodgers. Let's go. Hey, read that right there. City of Champions, baby. City of Champions. Let's go. Let's run it back, Dodgers and Lakers. Let's start this off right, man, and hopefully embark on this journey the right way. Get us excited for that post-game. Y'all know how I get when I get excited, man. I'm a different animal. So I'll see you guys right here for the post-game. Make sure to smash the like. If you already haven't, please, please, please. It helps the channel. And if you would, please consider subscribing as well. I'll see you guys right here. Enjoy the game, guys.